welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it a lot. One moment, let me see. I need to double check the name. And then wish list it. One sec. Forgot about that one. Do it how to do it. Why not? Why not?
I love you guys.
There it is. I guess the money. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here too. Thank you, man. That's very nice of you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Alright, this one. Let's go. Let's go. We got something cool, eh? Mr. Ultan rolled out the page for his new game, eh? Ultan got the Steam page going for his next one. For his next game, eh? It's coming now. The treasure vault, hopefully, somebody, hopefully soon. See some prayers say. Dice dog still dice. See, Ultan is making another deck builder. This time with no memes, just the deck builder. Was good, Esteban, was good. Got some nice barbecuing there going. That was pretty nice. Yeah, I guess no memes this time. No memes this time. I got the dice into. Got some dice action in there, I see. So yeah, that looks pretty good, huh? Nothing like that. All good, huh? All good, huh? Card games resident sleeper. See how it is, huh? We'll see how it's gonna end. And we'll see how this one will be. Should gonna play this. Let's drop some wish lists, Mr. Ultan. Post this page here. Time for prologue. Get the prologue. Start watching Hearthstone videos. Damn, some prayer beats time. Time to join clapping in some Runeterra, maybe. Maybe. So we'll see. Still no date or anything, so nothing much to judge yet. But yeah, we will see how it is when it's out. Or when there's some sort of preview or something. Then we will see. Alright, what else we have? The gear books. Oh yeah, the Chained Eco is on sale. The JRPG Enjoyers. Got an Exile's Age of War. Like a new DLC or something. Free weekend. The Void Train. 15% discount. Alright, I see. I see. Yeah, the game is Germany. All of the German games. Control the Ultimate Edition already. Yeah, Ecos, I tried Ecos for a bit on First Look Friday. Haven't Haven't done the Dink playthrough, but you know. It was nice from what I've seen. Featured in the broadcast. Solarpunk Domekeeper. 40% discount on Domekeeper already. A Dwarf Romantic, that's nice. Shadow Gambit too. Survival game that melted everyone's PC on release. Wait, which one? Oh, the Colon Exiles, you mean? Oh, Icarus. Yeah, Icarus was quite something. Yeah, I guess. Death Trash on sale too. Man, one day. One day. I wonder how long will that take. Probably a while. But yeah, this one I'm waiting for. This one I am waiting for. Yeah, really nice stuff. But will take some time probably still. Already taking some time, but we'll take some more. Yeah, tiny bookshop look kinda cozy. And one of the events it was. The orbital bullet. The chain, the ecos. They're waiting for so many games, I say. You know, to say like I'm like, you know, in particularly like waiting for something hard. Just kinda, you know, something good is out. Let's play it. But not specifically kinda waiting for stuff, I guess. Let's put it that way. Helix on sale, Pog. Them signing in German games. Interesting. Yeah, this is more like the full rush of the game there. It's in German games, huh? No, maybe nostalgic about their past in 90s in Russia, but now they don't live there. They don't live here. Good for them. Good for them. The Autobahn Police Simulator, brother. Time to simulate everything, eh? Dog is gonna die. You never know. You never know. Could be. A lot of bangers from Germany. A lot of bangers. Germany by genre. Let's see what else we have. A Brotato full release. I'm gonna play that actually. Probably next week. Sometime next week. Anyone try Crosscode? If you see Crabbo, you can ask him. I think Crabbo was a huge Crosscode enjoyer. So Brotato we're gonna play next week. A Nova Lens. Oh yeah, that one. The Dink cartoon trailer there. Yeah, the Bookwalker will be nice. I'll need to see if I can get my hands on the review copy. Because I said buying stuff is very PP, yeah. It's actually a pretty good price too, to be honest. But yeah, that one I would play. That one I would be interested in. It's on Game Pass. Oh, the Bookwalker? Well, technically I do, but yeah, paying for it is also a bit of a fiesta. We'll see, we'll see. I could just wait a little bit with that to get it later. I still have like a bunch of stuff on Game Pass that I need to play. I need that Pentiment, man. I started, but I never went with it far. And I want to. Hey, Mouse Dark Descent. Very positive. 88%. Pretty good, huh? And nothing really sticks. No, I mean, I do have like a bunch of stuff really that I want to play, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff to play. It is a lot of different things to play, really. Like, nothing in particular that I, like, want here and now. The Bookwalker will be kinda alright, I guess. We'll see. Oh, sorry. Something to kind of kill time until, like, the Diablo season. Probably. Probably. The Velvet Remaster going ham there. They be going ham. Tribes of Midgard on sale. There's a lot of people who got that one. I remember when they contacted on some sort of like early test or something to play. And then it had some issues I think on start, but still seems like it went really good. Seems like it. Yeah, right now I'm kind of fine, like just doing a bunch of demos. Other than that, I do have some things to play. I'll do. Gonna finish probably the Spiders catalog of games for the RPG Monday also. We'll get there. July might be a little kind of more like heavier on the day offs and stuff though. We'll see, because I'll need to get like ready and prepare for the moving and everything. Because I know myself, I'm gonna end up doing everything last moment, and it's gonna be a fiesta. The Vitans Fantasy wasn't on some of the shows. This is a simulation game. Your Cloud City crew adventures all over the world. Take them for exploration, obtain resources, blueprints, construct buildings, make equipment. Simulation, interesting. Okay, look, one of those like 2.5D RPGs. Now this one is actually full 3D, seems like though. They do indeed be simulating. Demo first ends tomorrow. Yep, in the evening. Should be like 6 or 7 p.m. I guess European time. Most likely. 26th of June. That looks pretty nice. There's like some dudes with wings and everything. Interesting. Oh, it's one of the Vampire Survivors likes. Other than that, kind of saw everything other new releases. Yeah, some are gonna be available, yeah. Nice, hello, nice. Well, you know who made this one. You know already who made this one. Yeah, like the popular upcoming regularly too. The Kairosoft is pumping and is farming. Every week something new. Every week another game from them. 26th of June. Did they speed up the production already? It's like every week something new almost. 2 on the 5th of June, 1 on the 19th of June. Already 10% discount, or it's probably like release discount. Now in a week 27th, another one. They pumping, man. They pumping. And they keep releasing them. Kingdom 80s. That's one of the shows too, wasn't it? Oh yeah, the standalone expansion to the award-winning Kingdom series. Single-player epic adventure, micro-strategy, and base building. And they have like the Twitch Primes there. Defend your town against mysterious greed and discover the secrets of your family lineage. Yeah, so it's like the kingdom just in different timeline and aesthetics. Interesting. Yeah, one lonely outpost also was one of the Stardew likes from the shows. That was a lot of these. More Stardews. You should have demo, right? Yeah, the demo is available for the next fest. That might be kinda nice. A life not supported. Open world survival craft. Our favorite tag. A lone survivor orbiting potential new home planet. Tethered to what's left of your ship. Gather nearby debris and assemble a makeshift vessel. Attempt to survive the harsh realities of space. You'll live long enough to uncover the truth behind the ship's malfunction. Makeshift vessel. Supposed to go into the atmosphere on a makeshift vessel. That doesn't sound like a good idea. It's kind of like a breath edge, but with no beams, I guess, in a way. Not sure, not sure, huh? Raft and oxygen not included somehow. Well, I mean, raft kinda makes a little bit of sense. A little bit, even though it's more like a space raft. Oxygen not included, already a bit of a stretch, though. Oh, damn, the Choo-Choo Survivor. Another one. Insane gaming, man. Ride the train into safety, shooting down endless hordes of zombies blocking your way. The resources you need to create survive, I guess. True, true. Hey, HP, hello. How we doing? An orbital nuke beam. Well, apparently there is something like that there, yeah. Let's demo this one too. Interesting. So all those takes on the vampire survivors. They're kind of cool though. This one is at least kind of interesting. Original. Monsters Domain Prologue again. Kill heroes, collect their treasures. Play the monster side and loot foolish warriors. Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. That's some playway type of stuff there. Be nauseous. I guess not. More companies trying to farm the concept, I guess. Alright. Simulate everything. Little Friends Poppy Island. Sleep entropy, I see. For the monsters domain? Shogun Showdown. Oh, the Robin Hood one, alright. This one, I think, had prologue already or something, wasn't it? Sandwalkers, I played the prologue that I remember. I swear there was like a prologue or something. Or maybe it was just the demo. Because you could play this one, I think. No, it's you, I see. So good, man. So good. Don't need to be sorry, man. I see control. I see. Lower the axis. Well, I mean, not every lower the axis is bad, huh? There is a demo of this one. I really thought there was like some prologue or something because I saw it in like... Maybe it wasn't popular upcoming though. Yeah, and the Wait to Dink, Nostalgia Live 2. And the first one was for free on Epic Games Store. Now they get the second one too. The Wait to Dink stuff. Grimiest first person vandalism sim. Got the demo too. I see, so alright. Play 0 when it actually released. No, there are some that I would love to play on release. See if I will actually will. A lot of ifs there, you know. But overall, a lot of things I like. Let's see. And the hidden gems there. There's the fear. Saw that before. Wow, they're recommending me already. I mean, I'm down. Gimme. Gimme. I am down. Rotwood, 4 players, hack and slash dungeon crawler. Makers of Dawn Star and Mark of the Ninja. Oh yes, the clay one. I see. Well, corrupted beast, gather what remains and forge a safe haven with your friends. The derp bubbling sounds as voice acting. I mean, why not? It shouldn't be like annoying though. Like, I don't know. I kind of would maybe even like just like, you know, like typing sounds or something. Because sometimes some of those that they use are a little too much, especially when you hear that a lot. But a little bit I think is good. Instead of just like dropping the text, there is kind of like some sound in the background. But I guess when there is like, you know, like good background music and stuff already involved, then why not? See, so okay, see. See, I kinda don't really mind it too much. Combat focus test invite, I see. Combat playtest starts now. Do it, do it, test it. Did it like all fully like combat focus? Now there's some sort of hub there, I guess. But yeah, seems like it's more of a co-op stuff, to be honest. Typ entropy, I see. Space Rain. The indie space sim and strategy game featuring ship and fleet combat. It's management of a private space corporation. Claim sectors of your faction and raise its influence in the near future. Resource exploiting corporations are in a state of constant conflict over territory control. For June, very positive, huh? That seems alrighty. Available in early access, I see. Establish your corpi. Customize some ships there. Let's see if you can drop. I see. Yeah, that sounds good, huh? That sounds quite nice. Some potential here. Game's nowhere near ready. 2 mission type, 7 sectors to fight in. That's the problem sometimes, like, dude, it's early access, man. Like, what do you expect from early access? to mention, no one reads this usually. 1 to 2 years in early access. Current version of the game already mentions what the game even has currently, so come on. Come on. And the Bookwalker? Yeah, Bookwalker I would play if I would get my hands on it. We'll see. That I wouldn't mind. Like I said, Beast was like in the end of April already. Alright. Seems like it was some recent stuff. I mean, kinda is, I guess. Puzzle Quest 3. What's wrong with this one? Well, I mean, I could kind of see what, but, you know, not judging people's tastes. Oh, this mix there, though. Oh, I know how. Okay. I know how. I kinda know how, probably. Yep. Paying for extra revivals, paying for quest boss, extra for even more rewards, VIP membership, instant access to chests, extra event dungeon entries so that you can climb up leaderboard, paying for extra gold, food, upgrade material, weapons, name it, basically everything. Oof. Hey Gluteus, hello. Indeed paying for everything, I guess. A block tower TD. I think that might be one of those, even though it's kind of trying not to, but maybe it is. Actually seems like this one seems actually decent. Yeah, just kind of small with some issues, but seems like at least like I thought it's like one of those companies that just like pumps out the Lidl games at the farm. But seems like it isn't. Seems like that's a legit one. Nice. Though it could be quite simplistic, but still. The Espresso Tycoon, Playway SA, I see. The usual, at least they kind of farming there though. Another Playway banger. Classic. Night Security. Japanese psychological horror game about night security. 17th of June. Nella hasn't played yet. Damn son. How is that possible? How is that possible? Oh, specifically, Japanese game. You need to specify. That's plus 10. Plus 10 to appeal. Where's Pony? Yeah. Busy flushing games. I mean, it do be like that sometimes. Flushed screaming. That should be back today, I think. Dude got some like time off finally. Finally. I guess what you get when you rarely take a day off, or have one per week. You take like a couple of days and people already molding. Welcome. I'll get vacation on top of that too, just to spite. Dark Quest 3. Excessive. A roguelite, a tabletop. Card a based exploration with turn-based combat. Damn son. A Wizard of Legend ages ago. I mean, that does sound familiar. Wizard of Legend 2. I played the first one. It does really sound familiar. No, yeah, I saw that one, but I haven't played this one. Yeah, I haven't played it. I remember though. I remember that one, but no, I have not. I have not. Please silence. And I caught the DreamHack play again. Well, he did. I thought he's just on what's the name? The Midsummer. The Midsummer celebrations. I watched Kick yesterday, sock them, son. Are you already like gambling your life savings away? Did they get you? Did they get you there? I'm busy removing features, yeah. Ain't nobody got time for some good stuff. And yeah, Wizard Legend was nice. I just never really got around to play that, but second one sounds good. We'll see. Dead District. Oh yeah, this one is dank. This one got even more dank, seems like. Yeah, it's just midsummer and it's gonna be back today probably. Yo, Kagzelo. Carros Blitz, no plans. Don't think so. Games looking forward to? Well, I'm at this point that's just kind of like rolling with it. There's too many games to look forward to, so I kind of don't really look forward to anything. Just give me stuff to play. I guess Starfield I could say I'm looking forward to. Maybe. Got the roadmap for this one too. Oh, it's the release now. Okay, I see. When it was out before that, I wonder. Oh, so they doing some asset flipping there a little bit, I see. Exact carbon copy of No One Survived. I see. Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Baldur's Gate kind of like not that as high on my list. I still kind of like yet to play the classic ones and even like the Divinity. I still need to play, so yeah, Baldur's Gate still not that high on the list. Cyberpunk DLC, actually, that I also need to... that I will need to play. And that should be good stuff. The most negative, yeah, seems like they released not in the best state. And also kind of just the asset flip, seems like, in a way. At least in a way. And the Cross Blitz, what is this? Don't think I've seen. The deck builder. Let's see. Haven't seen that one. Something alright, we'll see. Don't really have that much time on the next fest. We'll see which demos will stay around. I wish devs would be, you know, telling more. You know, like our demo will be only live around next fest, so we can kind of prioritize what to go through first while it's available, because then it's not gonna be. And some demos will be available after, so like why rushing with them? And we'll find time to play them other time. And then the reviews, since the DLC costs a lot. Well, I mean, I played the original game and I enjoyed it, right? So like I think it's gonna be good. I trust that stuff. The problem is like it's on GOG, like I got the GOG copy gifted to me and can't really get stuff on GOG now currently, so that's gonna be a problem. And that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Yeah, we'll need to get that oiled up, I guess. Alright, let's see other stories, yeah. Then it's only until tomorrow for Shadow Gambit, I see, alright. An SFW weekend, yeah. GOG is now serving Coomers. Not just boomers, man. They realigned. 30 bucks and 4 years, expecting a lot there. I mean, I expect some quality stuff. I don't really expect like a lot. Not that much, I guess. As long as it's some good stuff, why not? Like, it shouldn't be the masterpiece there. Well, I mean, it would be nice if it will be, though. I don't mind. And just know it won't be blood in wine size. I think they said it will be, like, because the biggest DLC, I think they said in their, you know, company's kind of like history. So I think they made it clear that it's gonna be a big boy there. That it's gonna be a big boy. Here is Mind Magic 3 for $2.50. Get it. Get it. Gameplay changes? There will be, There will be. They gonna change some of the mechanics. Some of the stuff gonna be even a free update. Not just the DLC stuff, but the free update stuff gonna happen like right before that, I think. That's gonna change some stuff, do some rebalancing. They are gonna add endings to the main game with the DLC involved, basically. So yeah, there's gonna be some changes there. Never said size. Well, size is kind of hard to judge, though, in general. Like, they said that it's, like, one of the most... I don't think it's just, like, based on, like, pure money. I mean, they do it for, like, years already. And they need to redeem themselves after the shit launch, so, yeah. I think it's gonna be alright. Anyone gonna judge for themselves. Like, is it worth 30 bucks? Is it big enough or not? I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, let's see. The Chrono Trigger remake. I see. Well, I mean, that sounds like something that will eventually happen. The problem is when it will happen. Like, do you want it now? Then get it now. You don't want it now? Then, like, don't buy it anyway. Remaster or not, might as well wait. There's gonna be more sales. There's gonna be more sales anyway. Oh yeah, here's the dragon, the DLC for Age of Wonders 4. Is it just one race for 10 bucks? Really? Dragon Rulers, Lizard Folk, Tome of Evolution, Tome of Dragons. Okay, so 2 spell tomes. A new realm option or 6 mighty elder dragons are locked in conflict. Yeah, not sure, dude. Huh? I'm not sure about that. It's about the Chrono Cross. I see. All right. Could be. Could be. Dragon's Dogma 2. That I might. That I might. We'll see. Probably. And the complete series Yakuza for 34 bucks you can get. Is it like the complete? Or is it until like a dragon arrived, huh? 0, Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Still pretty good though, I guess. For 34 bucks, 35 bucks, that's a good bundle, yeah. least they always say. Apparently soon even. Could be the hentai game, yeah. Have to pre-order the DLC. Yeah, the GOG today is like full of lag. I need to manually update it already, like, why is it so PPG? Can't even update itself properly. Diablo 1 on sale. Boog. Yeah, heroes always somewhere on the top, even without sales, but when in sale for sure. That is very nice. I like that the original Deus Ex is also like still like $1 cheap. They're not increasing prices or something like some other old games. Like some other publishers of old games already increasing prices of the old stuff too. That's annoying. Hentai Mosaic. Damn son. Whole bunch of Coomer stuff. GG running out of good old games and now they're going with the Coomer stuff. Full on. Still can't filter it out either, I think. Well, I need to update the client actually. Maybe they added features for that. Haven't updated in a while. Because, well, I mean, it's not updated automatically anymore for some reason. Need to do it manually now. Not too lazy, always forgetting about it. Alright, next store. Let's see what's on Epic. The Idol Champions. Stacy's Bone Totem, 20% discount. Not bad, not bad. It's pretty much like the release discount or something. Ubisoft ditched even Epic now. It's just because of the Star Wars. They're gonna farm Star Wars on their own store because like the people will go and buy it because people want Star Wars. So that's like such a franchise that sells itself. So why share even with Epic? They're gonna sell it on their own store and then probably roll out on other stores too after some time. Maybe even slowly. First like on Epic, then after some time on Steam too. Because it's just free farm. Why share money with someone? The Star Wars enjoyers will buy it anyway. So it kinda makes sense. That kinda makes sense. Is it like sale going? Probably over already. Yeah, I think so. But they have some sale, of course. Some sale, of course. I haven't updated this in a while, seems like. Alright. That's included, I see. Sure about the Star Wars open world thing is an action adventure. Well, I mean, it still might be fine though. But yeah, like it might be not exactly what some people expect there, probably. Yeah, a lot of people are just gonna go and buy it on any store, so might as well sell it on their store to get more monies. It seems like Dark Descent actually did pretty good. That is nice. That Dead by Daylight stuff. Another chapter. What was this? What is this? Award-winning tactical card game. Microtransactions there. So that seems like multiplayer stuff then. I'll play Room Terror instead, bro. to be honest. Oh, this is blockchain NFT game even. Ooh, hello. There it is, dude. Good thing you have you got some like marker for that now. Insane. Award winning. You can play your NFT deck building. Insane. 22nd of June. Support sort includes the use of blockchain, NFT technology, or cryptocurrency. Crazy. You're basically buying cars with real money, which, I mean, that's, you know, computer card game. Any TCG or CCG. I guess this one just does that through a blockchain stuff. Oof. Alright. Nothing here really either, huh? Not much on this store either. Alright, we can get to the news recap then. Yeah, so added Ultan's game to the wishlist too. We'll see how that will go. Oh, the fucking wishlist already, man. I never use it. Barely. There it is. 69, there, son. Yeah, so Ultan's game we did that. Very good. Very good. Calibers of the Lost Kingdom. Peeps from community making video games. Feels good, man. I like how it went to the next fest. I mean, I don't even mind. What else should I play out of the demos, actually? That I haven't played yet. There's Lies of P demo too. I'm not sure, we'll see it. Like, I feel like I'm just probably gonna play it when it's already out. Maybe not on release itself, but sometime later. And it's also probably gonna be available later too, not just on next fest, I feel. The people and the hardcore shooter. The Vampire Hunters was doing stuff. Oh yeah, this one actually. I'm gonna get this one. Not a survival strategy. Should check that one. A lot of people farming that Warhaven there. Interesting. Yeah, Vampire Hunters was very nice. That's a very nice one. A way to think one, I would say. A lot of potential, a lot of potential. Power Drill Massacre. Is the PP pretty expensive? Yeah, quite chunky. Quite chunky. In buying, that's for sure. And if they will hook me up with the key, then maybe. Yeah, Beyond Sunset I think is kinda nice. Some boomer shooting. Might be. Okay, 1 second. Next to is Steam. Let's go on. Ooh, Astrea again. Was Astrea last time not on Next Fest? I played the demo. Fortune's Run, I see. That one I seen there, right? This one, yeah. Oh yeah, that actually looks like something to check. Yeah. True. Already were on Next Fest last year. Interesting. Like you're supposed to be only once on Next Fest. You get only one chance Maybe that only goes towards this thing, like streams and everything. Maybe you get one highlight on these, but you still can be like in the catalog, I guess. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. Like one of those TikTok Zoomer phone games. What are the TikTok Zoomer phone games? What are you talking about? We don't know how those look. It's self-snitching. The Rat Project stories, It actually kind of looks nice too. Got a Zoomer and Bogus there, yeah. The Dalek is a publisher. We'll see, we'll see. And yeah, I need to get some of these. These I need to get. Alright. Now let's get to other news now. Yeah, the Astrea was nice. Is it the oh no release date still, alright. 2023. Astrea was interesting. Another FPS. Also some Ding stuff. Dungeon Renovation Simulator, damn son. Another one. A One Hill Swing. Actually, this top is actually switching a little with active demo players. That did change a little bit. Because there's a bunch of new things now. A bunch of new things now. The Ebola Village, yeah. The fuck? Classic survival horror game. It sounds more like a meme game or something. I guess enough time passed. Now they can meme on that. The guy who made Ebola 1 to 3. Let's see. The Indie Game Studio. Yep. That's the one. Then I guess they didn't even wait for it to be too soon. The Ebola bundle. Have we ever dreamt about having the Ebola bundle? A whole bundle of it. But the amount of like the shit reviews on the games though. Dude is like farming some trash horror games there. Not only actually. Nightmare of Nady. The Ebola Village. Shungite in hand. What the fuck is that, dude? The fuck is this meme shit, dude? How is it like what the Shungite has to do with this, dude? The fuck does Shungite has to do with that? And where is Shungite even? Fear, Apocalypse, Darkness, the Epicenter, can you change something? Great survival horror classic. Complete dismemberment. Inventory management. Like I don't see like a single like mention of like how the Shungite is even in there. fuck is that? You know, let's die low. How we doing? So anyway, what about your Shungite rocks? You guys know about Shungite? Easy, Brett. Do you know what Shungite is? Not Shugite. Think he's locked up in prison. Alright, let's get the news. I get the news recap. Alright, let's go. Now here he is. From the get-go. From the get-go. Hideo Kojima won't direct the Death Stranding movie, but he's deeply involved. They didn't give him the director role. Taking my SMH. To be clear, I'm deeply involved in producing, supervising, plotting, damn son, the look, design, and content of the film adaptations of Death Stranding, just not in charge of directing. So now if it's gonna flop or something, you can always say that, you know, well, shit, they just didn't let him to direct it. Then it would be genius. But it wasn't him, that's why. Film will be produced by Hammerstone Studios. Barbarian, Bill and Ted face the music. Thrilled and honored to have the opportunity to partner with brilliant and iconic Hideo Kojima on his first film adaptation. Unlike other big-budget tentpole video game adaptation, this will be something far more intimate and grounded. I see. Our goal is to redefine what a video game adaptation could be when you have creative and artistic freedom. The film will be an authentic Hideo Kojima production. Damn, son. We'll see. I'm doing everything but not directing. So they want to get some more indie movie there, I guess, of sorts, rather than your usual adaptation there. Immortals of Avium delayed 1 month. The usual. Not new there. Supposed to be that. What's weird though is just like the announcement was literally like a few weeks ago, the release date announcement, and right after that they just decided to delay it basically. August 22nd now it's gonna be. So first game as a self-funded independent studio. So isn't like Electronic Arts like, you know, supporting anything as a publisher. Set out 5 years ago to ambitiously make an original Magic FPS in a new fantasy world. And along the way, we worked through pandemic, built a new team, developed an Unreal Engine 5, and pushed the boundaries on what we thought was possible. Now the finish line is in sight. A recent feedback to the game proves to us that we already felt the Immortals of Avium is something special. In order to realize our full vision, we are going to take a few extra weeks, making our new launch day Tuesday, August 22nd. This will give us some time to further polish the game, finish optimizing all platforms, and deliver a strong launch. We owe it to ourselves and to you to get this right. Alright. Why not? 1 month sounds not too bad anyway. The actors in the game, you mean in the Death Stranding movie? That actually kind of is interesting though, like who's like, it's probably going to be something like in the universe, but something different, because I'm not sure if they're going to get like all those actors to get in the full-blown movie too. Could be, though. Maybe. Bethesda's Indiana Jones game will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. What a twist. News comes from ongoing court trial between the Federal Trade Commission and Xbox. Happening today, which is where Bethesda's head of publishing Pete Hines revealed the game will be a console exclusive on Xbox. Xbox's other first-party releases, Machine Games Indiana Jones game will also come to PC. However, Hines also revealed that Disney and Bethesda parent company ZeniMax originally signed an agreement that this Indiana Jones game would be multi-platform, meaning it would likely release on PlayStation. Hines says that Microsoft acquired ZeniMax in 2020. The agreement with Disney was amended to transition the Indiana Jones game away from multi-platform release and instead into one that will release exclusively on Xbox and PC. Indiana Jones is an IP? Hard to say to be honest. Like it's not as huge as some of the other ones, like Star Wars and everything, of course. But I mean, still kinda like, you know, the name that people recognize, I guess. Yeah, Glutes, yeah. Like I doubt that that's gonna be. Is it gonna be like movie adaptation? I mean, they could, to be honest. Especially since Kojimbo is not the director. Maybe they will just take everything he already made into the movie, but yeah, that would be kinda... Not sure, not sure. This court trial also revealed that Xbox head Phil Spencer told Hines that Bethesda should look at title exclusivity on case-by-case basis. As for why Indiana Jones was transitioned into an exclusive, Hines cited reducing risk and trying to get a degree of clarity. Dealing with a licensor who is giving a ton of feedback on what you're making is going to add a ton of time to your scheduling. These agreements you don't get to take as long as you want. You have a window of time in which you're going to release a game. You immediately have a clock that's ticking on you. You revealed the game in 2021 with a short teaser trailer. And that was the last we've seen of it. Todd Howard says you first pitched this Indiana Jones game way back in 2009. Damn, son. Still no release window for the game today. And I mean, still nothing about it, to be honest, outside of the teaser, so yeah. The usual Bethesda stuff there, I guess. And there was more like court hearings, so there's like a whole bunch of information that might be very interesting to see between Microsoft and Sony. And like Bethesda and everyone else involved. Xbox corporate vice president Sarah Bond has claimed that Activision Blizzard demanded Microsoft provide a larger revenue share to put new Call of Duty games on the platform. And news comes from yesterday's court trial between Xbox and Activision Blizzard and the Federal Trade Commission over Microsoft's attempted acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Bond claimed in court that in the lead-up to the launch of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS generation of hardware in 2020, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick said his company did not intend to put Call of Duty, presumably new upcoming ones, on the Xbox platform unless Microsoft shared more revenue. Then Bobby needs more gold, eh? Time was limited, Bond said in court, according to IGN. We had players whose expectations we wanted to meet, so we ultimately made a decision that it was the best thing for the business. Elsewhere during Bond's appearance in court, she said an agreement stands today that prevents Call of Duty from appearing on Xbox Game Pass before 2025. She also revealed more about marketing agreements between Xbox and Activision Blizzard. A year ago, we wanted to show that Call of Duty Vanguard was launching on Xbox. We were told we could not say it on YouTube or any other place where customers who were not our own customers could see it, and we had to hold for a period of time. But when we film a showcase that is people can watch it live on YouTube and other places, and at the end we wanted to put up a slate that said here all the games coming in next year, we were told we could not say Call of Duty was coming in next year. Damn, son. At least the owners, yeah. Yeah, that's the Wolfenstein guys, yeah. Machine games, It does sound, yeah, that Uncharted, you know, but Indiana Jones would be perfect. So I'm not sure about this, like, choice of studio, but I guess. And the Toad is actually directing it, damn son. A US and games and esports market worth $54 billion in 2022. Latest report by PwC shows a 2.4 increase year on year. As reported by GamesBeat, it's the lowest growth rate experienced by the industry in the country in 5 years, following an unusual boom during the COVID-19 pandemic. Looking at the breakdown of the sector for 2022, esports represented $455 million in revenue last year, with games representing the vast majority with $53.7 billion. Out of games, social casual gaming was worth $37.1 billion, and what PwC called traditional gaming amounted to $15.3 billion. The latter was mostly flat year on year with 0.7 decrease, while social gaming continues its ascension, albeit slowly, with a 3.5 rise year on year. So we are now traditional gamers. The classic ones. Gaming boomers, man. And the future already left us behind. Now it's social and casual gaming, man. That's the shit. That's the shit. Traditional gaming includes console and PC games, with the former representing $9.4 billion and the latter $5.4 billion in 2022. On the esports side of things, worth noting that esports sponsorship is what generated the most revenue, with $167 million, followed by media rights at $126 million. Game market in the US expected to reach $72 billion in revenue by 2027. There's a full breakdown even there. Insane. The PC games, the app-based, browser-based. The browser is dropping, alright. In-app game advertising, 21% growth. Oof. The esport, well, I mean, esport is also kind of growing though. It's the lowest growth, but it's still growth, you know. Physical PC games sell through minus 47%. Yeah, buying PC versions is something I haven't seen in a while, that's for sure. That's for sure. Less of a scam than in esports. No, I think esports is still kind of decent. It's just that you need to know what you're doing and what you're investing into. Otherwise, you're gonna end up investing in like FaZe or something and losing all your shit. But overall, esports is still pumping though, and now with like the return and like the in-person events and everything, might still go ham. It's just like the esports, I think mostly is like already kind of with established games. It's like, well, I mean, outside of like the biggest ones on the market, like what else even made it really? Like outside of those that are already around for a while, like nothing new kind of makes it, even when it's like pushed. I'm not sure. Maybe push is even worth. I remember like the World of Things was like really pushing hard, and the esports stuff in World of Things, investing a lot of money into that shit. And I mean, I think it still was around for a while. I'm not sure about current state. I'm not following, but I guess it did kind of work. So it might kind of work. It might actually kind of work, but it's totally not as good as some other things. Like actual games seems like way better investment than gaming studios, I guess, rather than investing in some esports stuff. Seems like it. PlayStation Mobile ahead departs. Ex-Apple Arcade head of content Nicola Sebastiani was at Sony for less than 2 years. Yeah, what even was on PlayStation Mobile there outside of their app, I guess. Only up 3,750 reviews. Streamer games are the way to go for indie devs. Well, I mean, partially, yeah, there is an option. Like if you manage to do something that will be popular among streamers, yeah, that's gonna go crazy for sure. For sure. It's also funny that like the reviews I think were kind of garbo on that one. When I saw it last time, Like, I'm not even watching nowadays, right? And I was like, oh, that's a new game. It's a lot of reviews and they're mixed. Why? And then I realized that it's the new meta now. But yeah, that's the way to go. I'm surprised, like, the people, like, buying it a lot, though. Like, I felt that, like, these are more kind of something you just watch someone else, you know, suffer. But it's either, like, people also like to suffer, or the goal is kind of, like, to maybe show to someone, but I mean, no one cares really, right? So probably show to yourself that you kind of, like, better at this than your streamer or something. Well, I mean, negative reviews are also buys, right? So it is a lot. It is quite a lot. That is true. Especially since it's probably not that crazy much of an investment into this one. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. You managed to get something that will be popular among streamers. Actually, this one didn't, like, explode that much. This one didn't explode as much. I feel like it might be because of the first person, maybe, though. Like, third person in that kind of games might just be more appealing. It might be appealing, more appealing. Yeah, getting over it is already kind of like, yeah, more of a meme there. Everyone knows that one. Some more of those too. But yeah, like, if you can make something like that, the thing is you still need to hit it kind of first, right? You need to, like, to be picked to become meta. If you manage to nail some. And I mean, at this point, I think there is already, like, a bunch of streamers who just kind of, like, looking for these. Like, there is another, you know, challenging game and stuff like that you can suffer in. They're gonna be on it. And then it can, you know, pick up and things will go from there. So you can try. You can try. Alright. Ghostwire Tokyo reaches 5 million players. Released in March 2022 on PS5 and PC, and in April 2023 on Xbox Series SX. That's actually, like, really, like, if it's good, but if you look in perspective from, like, Hi-Fi Rush, for example, or from, I mean, Atomic Heart or something, that is not good. Because, yeah, 5 million when it was already out for so long, and it was already free on PlayStation Plus and now free on Game Pass, and, like, this 5 million is something that like, Atomic Heart got, like, in a month or, like, 3 weeks, I think, with Game Pass alone without PlayStation Plus free version. So that's quite slow. That's quite slow. And that is a slow. It's a good result, but it's a slow result. Formula 123 settles for second place as Zelda reclaims number 1, a UK boxed charts. A Diablo 4 drops to number 3 after 69% sales drop. Now, people already done buying. It was a big amount though. Now everyone's chilling. Formula 1 in the second spot. Zelda is farming hard though. That one is farming hard. Street Fighter dropping too. Damn, FIFA is, like, somewhere far from top 3. What is this? How is that possible? I guess soon it's gonna be time for the new one. The Electronic Arts Football Club or whatever, EFC thingy. We'll see how that one will go. Alright, let's see. Oh, there it is. Star Wars, a mobile and free-to-play, and Ubisoft's bid to transform its business. CEO Yves Guillemot, other publishers buy companies, we try to build things. We'll try to build Assassin's Creeds, man. Alright, let's see. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is a wonderful strategy game, and it picked it to be a breakout hit. Its predecessor had exceeded 10 million players and was the Mario A Game of Christmas, and its only real competition was Pokemon, which was arriving a month later. It didn't quite work out that way. It would be harsh to call the game a flop, but it missed Ubisoft's targets significantly. In fact, it was a disappointing Christmas overall for the publisher, with Just Dance 2023 failing to hit the financial mark too. Just don't do them that often, dude. Huh? Maybe that's the secret. Ubisoft pointed to a growing trend, partially driven by the current economic climate of gamers gravitating towards the bigger brands. And when you look at the record-breaking performances of games like God of War, Pokemon, Zelda, and Hogwarts Legacy, there is certainly evidence to support that analysis. I mean, not sure really. Especially with Hogwarts Legacy, I think that just was the fact that the more people like completely kind of like knew that arrived, just because, you know, like Harry Potter related stuff. And I mean, Zelda is Zelda and Pokemon is Pokemon too. God of War I don't think was like some super crazy stellar. Like, it was a good performance, right? But it wasn't some like godlike stuff anyway. The market is suffering a little bit with the inflation situation. There's more pressure on all the families to be more careful. We see that everywhere. Met first a party partner at midday, and they have also seen the influence of the economic conditions on how much people are buying. Although I think it was a different issue with Mario. We had already released Mario Rabbids game on Switch, so by doing another we had two similar experiences on one machine. On Nintendo, games like this never die. There are 25 Mario games on Switch. Nintendo has advised that it's better to do one iteration on each machine. We were a bit too early and we should have waited for the next console. I for one am glad they didn't. Because it could play a great game, and we think it will last for 10 years because we will update it for the new machine, and that will continue. That will come in the future. There's a lot of rumors about it, about the new Switch and everything. So maybe the wait wasn't even that long. Mario plus Rabbids aside, Ubisoft has re-evaluated its slate on the back of a disappointing year. There have been redundancies to some areas of the business, and it has cancelled projects. Firm says it will be focusing more on its bigger IP, such as Assassin's Creed, and then bringing those to more platforms. Rayman gonna be a shit mobile game. Just you wait. Considering the economic situation and overall consumer trends, it sounds like a prudent business decision. However, part of Ubisoft's success has been its penchant for trying new things and building new brands. New things and new brands for Ubisoft. That's an interesting one. You're taking advantage of opportunities to make sure the brands we create can be played by more people across the world. Very important to concentrate on that. Having Assassin's Creed on mobile means that the game can be in more territories and more people will experience it. This will enable us to increase the budget so we can create and innovate within the brand. Just met some star players, Ubisoft fans that the company invites to its events. And they told me they never thought they would play a Division game in mobile. They're Division fans. But they played it today and are now going to get it because it got to the essence of what the Division is. Just another way to experience the brand. Ubisoft is putting more energy into the big brands, but we still have quite a lot of new things by the way, so there's no worry to have on that front. Indeed, Ubisoft has some big games at its Forward event last week and will come onto those, but there were new things too. And some oddities. There was a TV show called Captain Laserhawk. Skull and Bones was here with its own sea shanty. Skating game Roller Champions is doing a tie-in with the cold Dreamcast favorite Jet Set Radio. New shooter IP X-Defined received a spot, and one of the biggest surprises of the week was 2D Prince of Persia platformer. That was like the only like actually kind of like decent stuff, I guess, sorta. And the trailer still was kind of like oof. Well, I mean, they said the first game was a hit though. They sold more than 10 million copies of those, which for Switch I think is not too bad. So I think Nintendo has enough of those. Not to mention that they managed to get like kind of interesting systems in place and everything. Let's see, I think like the Nintendo, you know, it's kind of like built differently a little bit. And the fans too. Like they can get another copy of the same game every year, a couple of years. And then you get, you know, kind of the same one in the Mario Rabbids thingy. And then they're not getting the same one anymore. Maybe they got enough with the first one. Hard to say. These uppers. And the mad Ubisoft there as well? Not yet at least. None of those were the headline acts, of course, and last week Ubisoft had 3. There was a new Assassin's Creed game, Mirage, plus 2 AAA open-world titles based on massive movie franchises. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and Star Wars Outlaws. Plenty of diversified experiences that you saw. The last one that was we announced, Star Wars, had a fantastic reaction. Think out of the games we have, this one will also be huge. Avatar is also something I'm sure people will want to get into. Assassin's Creed is a different format, but many people have asked for it. And for the crew, it's the 3rd iteration for that series, and we had excellent feedback. Star Wars will be huge. Yeah? Well, that's why they're selling it only on their store. They want to farm all the money. With a lineup like that, you can see why Ubisoft was the only major games publisher to publicly commit to E3 before pulling out when it became apparent few others would be joining them. I miss E3 a lot, Gilmore says. I think it's a shame the industry isn't putting more effort into getting together to show their games. At the same time, as there are not many publishers out there, we can spend more time with the journalists. They can spend hours with our games, having also done that with Microsoft and Summer Game Fest before. But we don't get the same level of mainstream attention when it's only 2 or 3 publishers. The game that is closest to release on the Ubisoft slate is Assassin's Creed Mirage in October. As Guillemot says, this game isn't the same format as the more recent Assassin's Creed titles, including the huge 2020 hit Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Whereas the last 3 titles have been more like RPGs, Mirage is more akin to the stealth action games of past Assassin's Creeds. As a result, Mirage is very much a game for the fans. So I have no idea why Valhalla was a hit. Well, because Assassin's Creed. Any Assassin's Creed is farming, pretty much. Outlaws and Avatar will be pretty much the same game. I think they're kind of like conceptually kind of different, but in some way they will be kind of similar too, though. Yeah, they will still be kind of similar in some way. Valhalla was a huge hit. Now it farmed like crazy. Valhalla farm, I don't remember, there were numbers. They farmed like crazy there. Any Assassin's Creed is basically farming quite well. That's why they still pump them all the time in big amounts. We approach this as how can we please Assassin's Creed fans? What do they want to experience? We test these games with them on a regular basis to see if they like it, and some want us to go back to that old style. This is a different Assassin's Creed to the last 3. Still an ambitious undertaking, however. For Mirage, Ubisoft's team have gone about recreating a 9th century Baghdad, the remains of which are largely lost to time. You have Baghdad as it was at that time. It's just amazing to discover that. I think it will please many players to be able to go there and learn about that civilization and how advanced those guys were. It was the center of all the economic world at that time. Assassin's Creed is Ubisoft's own IP, but its other big 2 games last week were both licensed IP. Guillemot tells us that the decision to work on Star Wars and Avatar was not so much a business decision, but a creative one. It was our teams that wanted to explore those universes and create something special, which is why we moved in that direction. There are lots of Star Wars fans within Ubisoft, and they wanted to be able to take the Ubisoft open world and combine it with Star Wars. Was a dream for many of the creators, so we said okay, we'll do it. The passion we see in the team is impressive. When people go to Avatar and Star Wars developer Massive, they move to the country or work a distance just to be part of that experience. 4th game that Guillemot listed was the Crew Motorfest, which is the 3rd game in Ubisoft's racing series. Not a series that gets a lot of media attention, but it's got a fan base and has been a consistent performer. The Crew 2 was introduced, it didn't get all the attention it could have had because was new but without all the functionality of the Crew. People thought it was good in certain aspects, but everything wasn't in it. With Motorfest, we're coming with everything that was in the Crew 2, plus lots of innovation. That will help people to recognize what the brand's capable of. All the AAA mobile stuff. No, they're not pumping the mobile that crazy now, though. I think a lot of like the big franchises in mobile, they kind of scaled down a little because a lot of them failed. So, though there were plenty of big games from Ubisoft on display, there were also quite a few missing. Skull and Bones, which has been continually delayed and is running a close bet in August, only received a brief mention in a song. Yeah, no trailer, nothing. And the beta also kinda got cut. The console versions got removed. Beyond Good and Evil 2 hasn't been seen for 6 years. The remake of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time was scrapped and restarted. Ubisoft isn't the only company to suffer from development challenges. COVID-19 lockdowns have placed havoc on dev schedules across the industry. Yet Ubisoft has also faced serious workplace misconduct scandals, which has caused major disruption at some of its larger studios. Come out in the bundle with Beyond Good and Evil 2, yeah. Skull and Bones, some kind of money laundering scheme. I think it's just kind of like something that they like started as a kind of good idea, and then it's just sort of like spiraled out of control, like how much they want to do with it, because the idea was just to make like the naval fights from like Black Flag, right, pretty much as a standalone game, sorta. And then they just like started pumping more and more, and I'm pretty sure like part of it, most likely, in my opinion, a huge part that created this like dev hell on that and everything and disruption is that they were like, well, all right, we got this like standalone, you know, naval fights, because naval fights were already there. You just need to kind of like polish it a bit and roll it out. But they wanted to make a live service. They wanted to make the gameplay loop that will have not just, you know, those fights, but also something you need to kind of like grind, something that will motivate you to play more, to return, to pay for microtransactions and stuff, right? And when they started working on that, they just kind of got caught in the situation when they, I guess, just like didn't even know how to do it. Because it ended up kind of being completely different compared to what they showed. And yeah, it's just like a completely different game basically from what they showed initially and what people expected from them, in my opinion. And now they still kind of trying to salvage that, because it's the, you know, like the sunk cost fallacy in a way already. They dumped so much like money. Like, I mean, I guess maybe in this case it's not even like the fallacy, right? It's just the sunk cost that they just dumped so much money into it already, and just on the dev time alone. I don't remember how much did they say, like they got 150 mil, I think, already wasted on Skull and Bones, and they expect to get like 250 or 300 back. So yeah, about that, dude. About that. Now people don't even know what the Black Flag is, yeah. Simply is not enough time. I think it's not even like the case here, right? It's like, like obviously live services have that issue, right? But like they couldn't even like nail the live service properly with Black Flag, in my opinion. Not well, with Skull and Bones rather. Like they really try, but like that ain't it. That ain't it. So they ended up pretty much like redoing a lot of things, and from what we heard, I think rumored, is that they like redoing it again somewhat, like the Skull and Bones like core loop and everything. is being changed again, I think. So like I think the future test, I don't, is it already going? I don't think so, right? They might already show maybe like modified loop because people totally weren't super impressed by the previous one. So they got the feedback, they realized that nope, that's still not it, and now they're gonna be polishing it again. And they also removed the console test completely. I'm not sure why. So it's either like they are like rushing it so hard that like the console controls and stuff, for example, are not even yet ready and optimized, or maybe performance is garbo, so they're doing only PC or something. Like, not sure. But we'll see. I feel that if they can like continue and go with like the live service approach there, it's gonna be another flop there with Skull and Bones. Like what they showed even like wasn't looking that bad, but like when they started actually playing it and showing how it works, and it's like, oof, another one of those, man. Again, just on boats this time. Just you are the boat. Difficult to create new brands. The challenges of building AAA games today. Difficult to create new brands, he explains. When you look at Rainbow Six Siege, it was 6 years in the making. Assassin's Creed was around the same. Division was 7 years. To create games that are very different to what we all used to, you need iteration, you need time. The more innovative it is, the more time it takes, so that's why. Challenge for Ubisoft is to develop a business that simply isn't reliant on having a major game or two every year. The issue with this last financial results wasn't that Mario plus Rabbids and Just Dance underperformed, but the fact that the company was reliant on them in the first place. So it's more live service stuff then, eh? Ubisoft competitors such as EA, Take-Two, and Activision all have numerous major service-based games and ultimately drive their performances. Ubisoft's live service and mobile games aren't quite at the same level, and it doesn't have the ability or the inclination to simply buy itself a Zynga or a King. This is why Ubisoft is often the first to jump in on new things, whether that's a platform, business model, or a technology like VR or blockchain. Even if it had the capital, it's not in its nature to buy its way into these spaces should they take off, and so it gets involved early. Yet Gilmore believes that Ubisoft has the brands and the partners, including major shareholder Tencent, to help it get to where it needs to be. Those other publishers, they buy a company, and we try to build things. Having said that, Activision was able to do a deal with the Chinese publisher to do Diablo and Call of Duty on mobile. So we have done a bit of the same. We'll create our own AAA mobile games and we'll work with other publishers with some of our brands too. Takes a little bit of time, especially when you enter a new world like free-to-play. Let's see, Focus, I see. Yeah, I heard the latest one wasn't too bad. It was kind of short though, for the live service, especially like you were hitting the ceiling pretty fast on release, but it wasn't bad at least. He concludes, and if you look at our last Assassin's Creed, then it did more than $1 billion in revenue. Yeah, that's about the big success there. Rainbow Six is also doing well, and we are coming with Rainbow Six Mobile, which will help reach a broader audience. We're growing our brands, and it's our goal to make sure our plans become bigger for these games, as well as creating new things too. $1 billion indeed, eh? And the $1 billion I think they reported like a while ago. They reported a while ago. It's still not, you know, Call of Duty level, but yeah, like Assassin's Creeds are farming. And that's why they're gonna keep going with that and doing more of them. A study shows that 47% of gamers play on multiple platforms. News of Global Gamer Study details overlap of audiences for mobile, PC, and console finds gamers hold a more favorable opinion of brands than non-gamers. Favorable opinion of brands than non-gamers, what? Yes, he's there, alright. Alright, platform overlap there. Yeah, one platform 52%, two platforms 32%, three platforms 15%. Yes, a mobile only is huge. Which, I mean, makes sense. That's the most accessible, I guess, platform. PC, console, mobile, basically. Alright. So the PC only is 8%. Console only 9%. No, like the... Well, I mean, like, the people have phones, right? But, like... Wait, like, the console and PC only 4%? Like, come on, dude. PC and mobile 16%. I mean, I don't know, I guess, maybe. Like, I did play some Honkai on mobile now, right? But now I stopped playing that whatsoever, so... That's pretty much only thing that hit my phone in general. So not sure about that. Not sure about that. All three 15%. I mean, mobile only makes sense, though. Yeah, mobile only makes sense. That's the most accessible one. What else they have there? There's the diagram. Women were slightly more common among single-platform players, representing 50% of that group compared to 49% for men. Well, I mean, that's almost the same. 1% difference. However, men were more common to play across all three platforms, representing 64% of that cohort compared to 35% for women. Study also emphasized the popularity of games for more than just playing. While 76% of the poll respondents played games, 54% had spent time watching gaming content in some other form. Study also reinforced previous findings that gamers are more receptive to brands than their non-gaming counterparts. Players were significantly more positive on brands than non-players in categories from sports brands to drinks, fast food delivery services, and sunglasses, with a gap of at least 13 percentage points in the number of respondents who had a very positive or positive view of brands in each category. The global gaming audience is more receptive, or at least accustomed to, branded content and media collaborations within games. This trend presents clear opportunities for companies to reach new audiences of actively engaged game enthusiasts. I think part of the reason is not that we are receptive or accustomed to the brands, but mostly because, you know, if it's like some sort of collaboration of like, you know, like are you actually receptive to like the KFC ads in Diablo or something, or like related to Diablo, right? No, you just want to get free shit in Diablo just for eating KFC. That's pretty much, I think, why gamers are more receptive is just because if you like deal with some brands, you can get some in-game goodies and stuff. That's pretty much it. Like, no one gives a shit about your brands, brother, but if you provide some free shit with it, sure, man, let's go. That's pretty much it, I think. Like when they were like the World of Things had the Burger King collaborations here and everything. Yeah, I ate those. Did I eat those because I was like curious about them, or like I like Burger King and stuff? No, I wanted free shit. That's pretty much it, man. That's all there is to it. And actually, like Burger King the least even out of all of them. Well, actually, no, it's good, but it's too overpriced, so fuck them. So not sure if it's actually, you know, that much of a fair research here. Like, if you're just gonna put your brand into some game as like some sort of like crossover or something, I don't think people will care about your brand too much. If you will be selling your brand and providing some promo codes for the game, then they will care about your stuff. Here at Party Yellow. I like some KFC. I don't mind. I don't mind. some fast food garb once in a while. I don't really mind. But yeah, when it got KFC had a collab with the War Thunder here. So yeah, I had that too. Again, not because, well, I mean, I don't mind it, right? But it's not like I'm like, oh shit, the KFC is partnered with War Thunder, so I'm gonna go eat KFC. No, it was like because they were giving some gold and premium accounts if you buy something in KFC. That's when I went and got some. That was the motivation. Like, it works in other way around, in my opinion. Like, if you see something partnering with the game, you're just kind of interested in that because it's partnered with the game. Like, you're interested in the game, not in the brand, basically, and what you can get in the game from buying that brand, I guess. Let's put it that way. Same as like when some people, like, you know, buy some particular like GPUs and everything, or like trying to look for some GPUs because you can get like a free game that they want that is expensive right nowadays, especially to get for free and stuff like this. Yes, he's okay. See, interesting, interesting. No, he's already here. I just like some, like, you know, just literally pieces of chicken there. That's it, like chicken popcorn or something. That's what I got yesterday, actually, while I was waiting for my friend to arrive near the beer store. There was a KFC nearby, so I just got some chicken popcorn, the snack real quick. Before that, feels good. So yeah, I feel like that is not exactly like the good stat that way, because a lot of those brand collaborations, they bring some value for gamers with it in the game. The Chinese noodle box, I mean, why not? Sounds good, huh? That sounds good. That sounds more healthy too than some other types of fast food, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I like trying stuff. I like trying like new fast food and everything. Or like new things in the old fast foods. Sometimes old fast foods in general too, you know. And Georgia has a Wendy's. Wendy's nuts hit your chin. Haha, got him. The lucky folk is lucky. No kebab near me. Still somewhat far. Not super far, but a little bit. A little bit. And the good one is kind of far. The good one is kind of far. How lucky. Yeah, basically only McDonald's can close. It's like McDonald's, then there's KFC like 15 minutes away, like Burger King like 20 minutes away. A bunch of local things, but we kind of like rarely. Sometimes you just kind of feel like some of that, like the spicy wings or something. Sometimes I just kind of have craving to get some, you know, once in a while, just like a bucket of that. Feels good, man. But that's pretty much it. Burger King I haven't eaten in a while though, but they are like super expensive. And that's actually funny, but like last thing I think I got something in Burger King was just like fries, onion rings, and nuggets. I think that's not the chicken nuggets, but like the cheese nuggets. You know, like the cheese with jalapeno, like deep fried. You know, breaded and deep fried. That's pretty much last thing I got there. No burgers or anything in Burger King because that shit is expensive. And even for the onion rings, we found what's the name? Carl's Jr. open here. And dude, they just make those like second time we ended up there with my friend, and both times they got onion rings like right fresh for us. Ooh, those I haven't like tried anywhere else like this. Like the Burger King's onion rings are garbage compared to that. No idea about cafe. Can probably ask in Discord, his Discord there. No clue. Subway anywhere close? Subway here kind of like died, sorta. Because like charging that much for the sandwich basically here is blasphemy. Pretty much. Like people like outside of like some like central kind of areas of Moscow, people can't justify that. So yeah, it's sort of they all closed them sort of lately. Fries were air fried, unseasoned, and dry. Fries in the air fryer like are tricky to make. Like you need to prepare them properly. Not sure, not sure. Yeah, I mean it's midsummer, so I guess probably like celebrating and stuff. I would assume. I would assume. Everyone in Sweden celebrating, so that's pretty much it. Fast food didn't cost minimum of $10 here. Well, nowadays we're getting to the range of like burgers actually like being like $5-10. So yeah, we'll be getting there, and for us that's a lot. Yeah, fast food here is like not for poor people for sure. Like in the US, I think you still have like the $1 menu and all those things. Like here, well, you can get like a cheeseburger for $1 basically here, and that's gonna be like very like basic McDonald's, cheeseburger, like very thin, without too much in it. That's gonna be like almost $1 nowadays already. And like also like we have this like place with Uzbekian food, and like bro, like four bucks basically, like $3 even. Well, for $3 you can three and a half bucks you can get like full meal. Absolutely, like you get like big plate of like soup or like pilaf or something, and yeah, I usually also get like one cheburek with that, like instead of bread or something, right? And like you done, you full. Or in the same price you can get like Big Tasty or something at McDonald's, and yeah, fuck that. I rather just eat a proper meal. It's like, it's good for you, it's, it's big, it's tasty, why not? So it is kind of cheaper to eat healthy, I guess. Well, actually it depends too. Hard to say. In some stores, all the healthy food and stuff already also, like you go to the healthy food corner and that shit is like ridiculously overpriced most of the time. So I think everything kind of got expensive. Fast food, kind of like there are different types of it, right? There's like fast food who is like that is like going a little too much, too far, and some that are going like still somewhat of a cheaper way. And some of them have offers that are kind of cheap. Like nowadays, you just need to have like all the apps and stuff. Like you have like McDonald's app, for example, right? And you have like the cashback. You have those special like offers and stuff. Like you for $2, you can get like 3 chicken burgers, for example. There, we got with my friend. That's okay value. Even though back then you could get them for like $1, 3 of them. 15 euro can get something from Greek restaurant. Gonna feed for 2 days. Yeah, like I need to like reduce, like my main goal when we move gonna be to like start like removing the portions and stuff, because I like food, man. That's it. Like I don't even need to eat much. I just like tasty stuff and everything. And that I'll need to take under control. Especially like when you eat at home, that's kind of fine though. Like even if it's like more than I should kind of need, it's at least kind of healthy stuff. But yeah, when you like eat somewhere outside, you just end up kind of like eating too much. Way more than you need, eh? Just because it's all the tasty stuff and you want to try everything, so you end up just eating too much. And that's my problem with like ordering things and eating somewhere outside. Which I barely do, to be honest, thankfully, but still. EA realigns into EA Sports and EA Entertainment divisions. CEO Chris Saw stepping down and Chief Experience Officer Chris Bruiser retiring at month's end. Stuart Canfield to take over CFO, and CEO Laura Mille gets a new title. So yeah, Electronic Arts basically now gonna be the different companies. Like where's the evolution of the company? Okay, Corpus speech. Corpus speech more. Alright, basically a bunch of corpus speech all over the place. Accelerate our business, drive growth, deliver long-term value for our people, players, and communities. Yeah, I think the reason is pretty much like simple. They just want to have 2 different companies, because basically sports division pretty much pumping all the time with all the FIFA and stuff, which I mean we'll see. Now it's not going to be FIFA, now it's going to be like the EAFC, right? So like they lost the license with FIFA, So they're gonna do like their own thing. We'll see how that will go. But basically, like EA Sports is pretty much always pumping, and the rest of EA either like does nothing or sometimes taking L's. So I think they kind of decided to separate them. So they have like one super attractive company basically that they probably gonna use to bait like investors and everything, because that one is pretty much like always in the green. Because, you know, FIFA enjoyers gonna buy that shit anyway. And then the rest of EA gonna be like the separate already not so great of a company, I guess, that sometimes can take some L's and stuff. In my opinion. So it's kind of more of a like, well, I mean, in that way they also can like, you know, like find responsible better and everything. Because when the company is like the one big one, you know, FIFA did good, but then there was like one like AAA project, like not other IP that they released that did bad. But, you know, on average, company did good. And now they're gonna split them. So now if like, you know, one of the companies is not doing too well, then they can kind of, you know, start some restructuring, you know, cut some bonuses from someone and stuff like this. I think that's probably the reason, in my opinion, just so it's easier to kind of like segment and find who is at fault and some L's there. Twitch introduces new content classification labels. New labels will replace the current toggle for mature content, but community guidelines will remain the same. So yeah, basically mature-rated games, which should be automatically applied when you play something with ESRB rating or with mature-rated. Sexual themes, basically, you know, pools, hot tubs, but apparently also if you're talking, have a lot of like, you know, sexual talks basically with like viewers and stuff, that is also now gonna be considered like you need to tag your channel as the sexual themes for that specifically. Drugs, intoxication, excessive tobacco use. Well, if you're doing that on stream. Violent and graphic depictions. That was if you, like, making focus of that. So, like, if you're playing, you know, like, violent games and it's you making your, like, main focus of the stream, the gore in the game or something. Or if you watch some YouTube videos that are weighted ink. Well, I mean, if they're weighted ink, then probably you're already gonna get banned, most likely. But, you know, some too far there. Significant profanity or vulgarity. Regular swearing is fine. If you swear too much, not fine. And gambling, well, that we know. Yeah, that we know. And the change of category midstream kills the viewership. Need to confirm as a viewer that the content is mature. Or they like don't count as viewers until they kind of click or something. So like if someone is lurking and not actually watching, they're not gonna count because they didn't click or something. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Like people will probably notice somewhat at least that they need to click something. So it's gonna kind of like hit things a little, but yeah, it's mostly just when you switch the game, it's gonna be changing to like the mature rated game or something. I would assume. It is a little PP again. That is true, but I mean, it's better than the previous system because no one used that checkmark whatsoever. Like I had it on for a while until, you know, I went, I think, on one of the conventions and people were like, dude, you don't need that. Like it's useless. There's no point in having that. It just limits you like on like you need to turn it off at the front page. So when I got like the charity issue, I needed to turn it off. And then I just, like, they told me, like, bro, you don't even need it. Like, it doesn't change anything for you anyway. It only makes it worse. And doesn't really work. So I was like, well, alright, sure. And now it's kind of, like, more precise. Well, as long as, thankfully, it's automatic for the games. That's good, because otherwise you would need to do it manually every time you play something rated mature, which is, like, pretty much everything, almost. Nowadays we play. So, yeah, thankfully that is automated at least. And everything else kind of doesn't really matter anything. The problem is here is that that's done for the advertisers mostly, right? Like it's I think it's because like there is a new like EU law coming soon. Was it October or something? Was it next year? I don't remember, but yeah, it's got some sort of new like platform rule or whatever thingy coming. So I think they probably try to comply to some of those rules. And I mean, one of the big reasons is probably like the advertisers. So, which is not a bad, like, they think that that's gonna allow them to get more advertisers, right? Because they can do like better targeting where to show their ads. But what I kind of see here is that a lot of advertisers that already on the platform, they also gonna start using that, and then we're gonna have the situation when, like on YouTube, right? So it's gonna just lead to the situation when like advertisers will focus only on like the super, mild streams and everything, and we're gonna start, kind of like, I mean, like swearing less, I don't really mind myself even. Like I already kind of did the decrease subconsciously over time since when I started streaming. I was swearing way more when I started. So I kind of like already slowly, by practicing and learning English a little bit better, I guess, I kind of like lowered it, got it more to my usual, language use. So it kind of like naturally decreased, and I wouldn't mind decreasing it more, to be honest, because I don't really swear like naturally myself too much outside of like some environments when it's like everyone is around, he's swearing, and it's all my friends and stuff. Other than that, in my regular life, I don't, so I don't really mind decreasing that, but it also might affect like the games you choose and play on stream. That will be kind of not very good if that will be the case. Ever heard me swear? Well, I mean, like, like some fuck or something I say quite often, I guess. That still happens. Back then it was more though. Back then, because I mean, I learned like English, like mostly. The most of my English I was learning from like watching lyric, watching Forsen, and yeah, that's where you learn a lot of interesting things, especially on Forsen back in 2013-14. So yeah, that was my vocabulary back then, pretty much. And then after some time, you kind of get a little better in time. But yeah, the kind of potentially bad thing is, yeah, if the mature rated games will be limiting your advertiser kind of reach to you, then it might be kind of bad. Like, I don't know how it's gonna be. So like, if your channel like gets like statistics for advertisers that show, okay, this guy actually like does those streams, right? Like mature rated games he does play, and they can already kind of exclude you, that will be pretty bad. If it's just kind of like they pick do not show on mature rated games, right? And if you at this moment play mature rated games, it's not gonna show, but other time it will show. So your channel is not constantly marked, this guy streams this kind of games. If it's just at the moment, then it's kind of whatever. I mean, I don't really care even myself, to be honest, too much, because odds for me, like, first of all, I don't even get that revenue anyway, and second of all, it's still usually like very small percentage, but still, like, for like in general, like meta, it might kind of affect it. We'll see. I hope not, because YouTube already had also some PPG ideas with the like targeting odds and the content that they target. So hopefully that will be not too bad. Hopefully that will be not too bad. In general, system is good though. Like, I don't mind really. I don't mind. We'll see how they also enforce it. Like, one of the good things about it, they're actually not gonna like instantly, like do some measures. They're gonna like warn you. Hazelmaid, hello. Like, I think the main thing is gonna be warnings. Like, you get warned a few times. If you don't, act on that, don't change anything, they're just gonna kind of like force tag your stream. Like, if you like stream like mature rated games apply automatically. But like, I don't know, you stream like, hot tubs and everything without like the sexual content marked in the ratings, and do that for the few streams, get a couple of warnings, don't do anything, they're just gonna like force tag your stream as sexual content. But the problem there is like, they're gonna force tag you for a while, so even if you don't do that type of content anymore now, it's still gonna be there. But at least they're not gonna, like ban you or like do some like crazy stuff instantly. It's gonna be like warnings and kind of like soft things, so that's good. That is already good. I wish they would also enforce like some other categorizations of content better, to be honest. So like we don't have like most of the platform just sitting and just chatting 24/7, but actually use, like other categories that were created for that people don't use because there is no viewers, but there will be never viewers if no one uses it, so it's kind of like a perpetual circle there. Xbox is waiting for an audience before it expands into AR VR. Head of Xbox Game Studios Matt Booty says that the scale needed for success is not there yet. Then yeah, that's pretty much what we were talking about before. Have 10 games that have achieved over 10 million players live to date, which is a pretty big accomplishment, but that's kind of scale that we need to see success for the game, and it's not quite there yet with AR VR. They already failed with AR, yeah. They already had their lessons there. They know it. And yeah, I think that is exactly right. I think that's exactly right. The problem is like if you don't gonna do anything about it, if they don't do anything about it, then you know, the VR scene is not gonna create itself. So, but they don't have any stake in the VR scene, so they're not even interested into kind of like trying to farm it or something. As soon as they're gonna be like these, like I mean, the one of the limiting factors is the price, right? And the price is not going down anymore. Price again started only to go up, and yeah, that's gonna slow it down again. Yeah, exactly. If there like the wide adoption of the VR is basically tied to price. Considering prices are still only growing and the current economical situation in general kind of, you know, pressing people to not spend too much and stuff mostly, then yeah, it's just not gonna grow that fast. And then again, you know, they also upgrade some of the devices. That is also kind of this like, how do you say, pressure a little bit, I guess, to like upgrade stuff. Well, at least like between like PSVR 1 and PSVR 2, right? Like you kind of want to upgrade to the second one later. And that's more money again. The VR scene will boom in the biggest recession the past 15 years. Yeah, it's gonna wait a bit. It's gonna need to wait a bit. I mean, there are still people with a lot of disposable income that wouldn't mind probably getting into on the VR scene, but then comes the second issue, right? Like, even for people who do have money, there is not enough reason to spend that money on it because there's not that many games that are worth playing, really. Like, even after watching the show, the VR-centered one, right? There wasn't, like, that much that would look appealing to me personally. A VR headset with the console, your console of choice, that'll be like a way too generous, man. That'll be way too generous. That would be way too generous of an offer. Not even sure you would call it a market yet. They attributed this to its current audience size and use of cloud technology. I mean, I think it is a market already, but it's very like a niche market. Another kind of like the good side of it, if you are not like, you know, some giga developer, right? You kind of like on a small... Actually, I'm not sure how doable VR is for like a very small studio. Like the VR development probably has some issues too in terms of like you can't be like the solo. Like it is really hard to be like a solo dev in VR scene. But for like some small range companies and stuff, it's probably pretty good because like whenever you... Like, you're basically making something for that VR scene, you most likely already guaranteed some, you know, degree of success already. Because there's, like, not that much to play, and people who already have VR, they most likely, you know, can afford to splurge some for some games, and they're looking for some new games to play and stuff, right? So they might be more willing to pick your stuff. Implementing AR to a home console. I mean, true. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm not even sure what they mean by AR, to be honest. Yeah, like, is it some stuff like the Pokemon Go or something? Or is it something else already at this point? Capcom has sold nearly 500 million game units in its 40-year history. Since the action horror series' 1996 debut, Resident Evil has sold 142 million titles. Insane. 500 million games. Yeah, 40 years is quite a lot too. I'm pretty sure like most of it was happening in like the past like couple decades maximum probably, and the most of the sales. Xbox Series X to get the new price tag. US, Japan, Chile, Brazil, and Colombia will be unaffected, but all markets will receive a Game Pass cost update. Baby Rich. PC One didn't get updated yet, though. Series X prices effective on August 1st. 479 pounds for UK, 549 in most European markets. 649 Canadian dollars in Canada, 799 Australian dollars in Australia. New costs mostly align with Sony's PlayStation 5 price changes in August 2022. Series S home console will not see a price increase. And that's the only one that probably matters for most of the people, to be honest. Xbox is pretty much dead in Europe. I think S is still being kinda alive. I think S is still kinda living somehow. X, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if like X is popular anywhere really. Because the price is chunky and like what for? Really. Any reason? Nah, not really. Don't think so. Not really. Yeah, the reason because we can, dude. The base service will set back consumers in the $11 a month when it was previously $10 a month. The Ultimate from 15 to 17. That's already kind of more chunky. Yeah, they changed the prices in Sweden. Did they get some explanation there? Oh, and that after they increased the price in Japan. Oh, that I remember. That I remember. These are they increased all of them though. Damn. The X in Japan is cheaper. What is this? 462 bucks. And Europe is 550 euro. Come on, man. Time to buy Japanese boxes. In September, they said they're not planning to. Definitely say we have no plans today to raise the price of our consoles. At the time, he said that it would not be the right move to raise the price of hardware during economic uncertainty. Oh, so uncertainty is over now, eh? Really? True silence, true. Nigga, 978, all of them. Some lucky number, maybe. Some magic number. Twitch pulls in 1.76 billion hours in viewership during May. Nintendo's Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom debuted with 37 million hours watched during the month. Yeah, most watched games. It's an increase of 5% in views actually compared to April. Damn son. The May is growth. That's easily to see. Yeah, so far, that's exactly the case. Well, it's slowly shifting though now, so might be kind of worth it soon. League of Legends, 124 million hours. Valorant, 102 million hours. It's impressive how they managed still to kind of push the Valorant into, you know, like kind of relevancy on the platform, I guess, on Twitch. Because everyone was like, fuck Valorant, who needs this? CS is the go. And, well, there it is. It's actually still alive and still doing good, I would say, too. No, the Zelda didn't want to go past anything else, really. Now, with Twitch, May has always been stronger than March until last year, where there was the expected post-pandemic decline. But this year, May is back on top, which could signal a welcome return to the platform's regular ebb and flow. But we'll see. Well, I get PlayStation for exclusives, yeah. That's pretty much it. Activision Blizzard shareholders vote against union policy. 65% of votes cast go against proposal to prohibit management from undermining rights to form or join unions. We are so pro-union, man. Look at us. That's all shareholders. It's not us. It's them. $35 votes for, 65 against. What a twist, man. Proposal been initially submitted by the AFL-CIO Equity Index Fund, the investment arm of the union group affiliated with the Communication Workers of America, which has organized QA workers at Activision Blizzard Raven Software and Blizzard Albany Studios. Non-binding proposal would have urged Activision Blizzard to adopt and publicly disclose a policy on its commitment to respect the international human rights of freedom of association and collective bargaining. Adopt and publicly disclose policy on commitment to respect the international human rights. Shareholders, like 65% of shareholders, we don't respect them. Get out. Which rights? Finally, proposal wanted the company to adopt a process to identify and punish any violation of that policy. 65% said violate that policy, bro, no problems. We don't need them. Activision Blizzard advised shareholders to vote against the proposal. Okay, so they can't blame shareholders because they said them not to vote for it. Saying it was unnecessary because the publisher strongly supports employee freedom of association and has demonstrated a history of good faith collective bargaining, and such a policy would fundamentally undermine the company's free speech rights. What? Oh, bro, it's like so comical. It reminds me of our local political stuff. Like, it's like they literally just like, you know, like, there is a saying here that, you know, like, it's they just like pee in your eyes and then tell you that it's like, you know, God's due, and everyone believes that shit. That's pretty much how it is. I literally just like pee on your face or shit in their faces until it's like, you know, it's actually a good thing. It's a free mask there, you know, free cosmetic mask for you, brother, and everyone is like happy with that. And everyone believes that shit. E3 2024 and 2025 have not been cancelled, still in discussions. ESA says no final decisions have been made about the future of the event. I think they're gonna probably try it like once, like after kind of like, you know, reigniting the hype a bit, seeing like all the companies and everything, you know, like, well, we'll see though. It's like a lot of those, like the Ubisoft CEO that, as we read before, right? Oh, he's so sad that E3 is not happening and stuff, and then actually no one is actually committing to it anyway. They need companies for that. I mean, sorta. Well, no, they needed to like attract the companies by, like, they need to be less greedy. Basically, that's it. The companies will go, I'm pretty sure. The companies just didn't go there because, like, why would they go and pay a bunch of money for their booths and everything when, yeah, they just have Summer Game Fest and stuff where they don't need to pay shit. Like, they need to kind of like realign, shift the event a little bit. It should be like not something that companies pay them to do. That it should be something that companies can like pretty much go there, like, and do somewhat freely even, and monetize it then by the audience that they attract for by those companies and everything. I found the Summer Game Fest too spread out and kind of anticlimactic. It wasn't too bad though. It was alrighty. Like in terms of spread out, especially, I think it was fine. It was like over like 5-7 days like span, we got everything like main covered. And the important, also good thing is it was like it gives like better time frames. Like a lot of those shows, they pick the good time frame for them and for us, right? So we don't need to watch it like 4 a.m. in the morning or something. So like it's good. I think it was actually good. Because E3 is also nice, right? Because like in 2 days or like 3 days, you get like everything sort of covered. But you also sit there for a lot of hours, and some shows happening like at 4 or 5 a.m. and you have also those like breaks between shows that you can't really like fill with anything, right? Because like going offline, for example, or something kind of pointless, and then going back online after a few hours. And this is just kind of like show after show after show, and all in good time, and it's like 3 or something per day. It was all right. I like it. I like it. And I mean, climactic, anticlimactic is not Summer Games Fest fault, really. Like, if there would be like E3, Xbox Showcase, or PlayStation Showcase, they would show the same stuff, right? Like, no difference if it's Summer Game Fest or it's E3, they would show the same shit. So it's like on them rather than on Summer Game Fest. You know, E3 wouldn't have all those like extra shows, right? Like mostly they usually have like at least those that get attention. We would be watching still, you know, like Xbox, PlayStation, EA, you know, Square, all those, which was good too, right? But now we got a bunch of kind of like indie showcases, which wasn't really a thing back then, to be honest. At least they weren't like in a spotlight, and now they are, and that's good because that's way more games that way too. So that's kind of nice. But I mean, I wouldn't mind if E3 returns and they kind of like adapt to the new meta and everything, because the new meta is like, you know, there are other channels now. They need to compete with the basically like, you know, streaming platforms and stuff that any company can just, you know, like boom, for free, get a stream going and show all their announcements and trailers for like pretty much like no budget whatsoever, instead of paying them like thousands of dollars and like thousands of dollars just to have a spot and, you know, like on the booth at the E3 and everything. Not to mention that like the main stage was only for the big boys and big companies, right? So like all the small companies, they're not even gonna get any like spotlight whatsoever, outside of like maybe some visitors to the show itself, to the event itself already, like 3 days or something of convention. So they need to switch it now. They need to actually like try to attract those companies as much as possible with as low as possible prices, and monetize not by charging companies entry fee, but charging, you know, visitors entry fee that they should interest in visiting. Also known as Digrichia. Hello, sir. If they will do it, then sure, people will come probably. Yeah, then the companies will come most likely. And when companies will be there, then people will be there. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's see this one. I think we learned from the Microsoft versus FTC hearing. Let's see. Xbox Vice President Sarah Bond testified that Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick demanded special treatment, specifically a more favorable revenue share, and threatened to pull Call of Duty from Xbox platforms if Microsoft didn't agree. Bond also explained the platform holder gave Activision this new share because it had players whose expectations we wanted to meet. If people can play the games, yeah. I mean, a lot of those conventions are like, in general, a special experience. Yeah, if you can't play games, also at least like watch games, right? Like at local convention, we had those like closed booths where you could watch the presentation, right? And again, that you already don't really need, because you can find that on YouTube, on Twitch and stuff, on like shows, right? Like, so like if you can't really even like touch those games, then like way less point, sure. But still, it's conventions, right? It's like it's a whole complex of things. You can play those games, you can watch those games, you can hang out with people, right? Like, well, like Shemek, for example, right? Went to the convention and said like everything was kind of like meh, but at least I was hanging out with people and stuff. And I mean, that was the same with like the TwitchCon and everything too back in the day. When I was actually able to go, it's all about hanging out and stuff, about that experience. And a lot of people go for that experience in particular. But yeah, having something that is still there, you know, to watch on the background, that is important. Because if there's completely nothing, then people not gonna go. A related note, Bond admitted Microsoft occasionally agreed to 80-20 revenue split rather than traditional 70-30, but only where we believe it was critical to get that content. According to IGN, Bond also claimed majority of Xbox Cloud gaming players use it as a console feature, e.g. starting to play a game while it downloads in the background rather than a service. I see. So Cloud is still not there. The Verge reported that Bond revealed Xbox was working on a dedicated version of Xbox Cloud Gaming separate from Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but the operational costs are higher, and Microsoft had since made partnerships with other cloud gaming services. An email from PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan shared in court and reported on by IGN showed the exec was initially unconcerned by the proposed acquisition. Writing 2 days after the deal was announced, he said that it was not an Xbox exclusivity play at all, and Microsoft was thinking bigger than that. He added that he was pretty sure we will continue to see Call of Duty on PlayStation for many years to come, and the company will be okay, more than okay. So basically, like, until he realized that they can, you know, cancel the deal completely, they weren't even interested in canceling it, really. They weren't even bothered with Call of Duty or anything, but when they realized that you can actually, you know, kind of cancel that stuff and undermine the Xbox, then they suddenly changed their opinions on that. Court documents reviewed by IGN suggested the expected starting period for the next generation of consoles is 2028, 8 years after the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. The estimate came up during discussions of Microsoft's proposed 10-year deal to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, saying the terms guarantee the series will continue on the next Sony console and guarantee parity with Xbox versions. Axios' Steven Totilo shared comments from Jim Ryan, who said that Sony would not be able to share details about the next PlayStation console with a Microsoft-controlled Activision. Ryan believed Activision would not be incentivized to develop games that make use of any device features that were not available for the next Xbox. Tilo also reported on the FTC's claims that the next 10-year deals between Microsoft and companies such as Nvidia and Nintendo promising Xbox and Activision games for their platforms are filled with loopholes and speculative commitments. Interesting, alright. Court filings spotted by The Verge ahead of the hearing saw Microsoft continue to position itself as the underdog of the console space. Platform holder lawyers wrote, Xbox has lost the console wars and its rivals are positioned to continue to dominate, including by leveraging exclusive content. Xbox has consistently ranked third in consoles behind PlayStation and Nintendo. True. Speaking of exclusivity, IGN reported that the original agreement between ZeniMax and Disney was for the upcoming Indiana Jones game to be a multi-platform title. However, Bethesda's Pete Hines revealed that it was amended to make the game exclusive to Xbox and PC, as well as arriving day one on Game Pass. Game Pass day one again. Ars Technica reported that the FTC pointed to ZeniMax exclusives on the Xbox platform as powerful evidence that Microsoft's assurances of multi-platform Call of Duty cannot be trusted. The Commission said Microsoft's actions speak louder than words. Now, doubting that all ZeniMax titles announced since that acquisition have been exclusive to Xbox, Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, and now Indiana Jones have also been made exclusive. Microsoft claimed the situation will be more akin to availability of Minecraft on platforms, but the FTC said the context for Call of Duty is very different. Yeah, no one cares about the PlayStation exclusivity though. Yeah, and then like no one even like looks at the Nintendo there, right? With their games too that you're never gonna see. PlayStation at least maybe is timed and will be on PC eventually, but yeah, Nintendo, probably never. Access reported Xbox Game Studios boss Matt Booty was further questioned about Microsoft's exclusivity strategy, with the FTC lawyers citing emails Booty wrote in 2019 and 2021. In which he said that there was no effing way Microsoft should bring its titles to rival platforms and services. Booty acknowledged that he was frustrated at the time over the Nvidia's handling of Microsoft games on GeForce Now, with Nvidia initially adding companies' libraries automatically, but that Microsoft's strategy has since changed. Booty also said Microsoft would have to adjust graphics and assets to get Call of Duty running on Nintendo Switch. According to The Verge, the FTC argued that would essentially be a new version of the game, and elsewhere suggested it did not want Switch to be included in its definition of the console market. So they're just basically kind of like, oh yeah, Switch is not even a console, like, get out. We're not gonna even like talk about it. Nice. Hearing continues later today. Alright. That's what we found out. Yeah, this one. Fallout 76 secret patch makes the game much better. Yeah, the 13th season kicked off. This one dubbed the Once in the Blue Moon. It brought with it an all-new in-game scoreboard, fresh challenges, cosmetics, and little did we know, some intense performance upgrades. Mostly console apparently, but yeah, now the performance of 76 gonna be improved. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. The new version is kind of true. I mean, yeah, it is. Well, it's new. It's different version, but it's not like a different game, basically, kind of for the case of like comparing different platforms, I guess. Is Activision trying to block X-Defiant with the free play a week on Modern Warfare 2? Game multiplayer free access to June 22nd, 26. And X-Defiant open beta. It goes live 21st to 23rd. Not sure. Like it even starts later and goes longer. The Death and Secure, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah. I kinda doubt that's the case. I kinda doubt it. Hey, Kira. No more Pog crossovers. Barbie is coming to Forza Horizon 5, Big Pog. A Barbie movie Corvette and Barbie film Hummer. Alright. Casually adding the Barbie stuff in there. It's time. It's time to get Forza now. Totally worth it now. Forza finally looking interesting, yeah. Microsoft thinks Sony's Project Q price will be under $300. Funny comes from Steven Totilo on Twitter, who has been doing a brilliant job covering all the information surrounding Microsoft's proposed acquisition. Sony is also anticipated to release a handheld version of PlayStation 5 later this year for under $300. Handheld version of PlayStation 5, dude. That's a loud statement there. That's a loud statement there. Just the screen, basically, that you can stream your PlayStation to. For $300, that is not very good, I would say. True talk, true. Yes, Steve, I see. Actually unbiased, Tim, son. Really? Well, I mean, they do. The Project Q is a thing. They announced that, but it's not, you know, like the handheld console really. It's like it's literally just a screen that you stream stuff to. Like it doesn't run anything on itself. It doesn't play on its own. It doesn't have any cloud functionality even. It just like literally just like broadcasts your stuff from your console, like not from somewhere else over the internet. It's like the Wi-Fi pretty much. Maybe you can kinda set it up to go over the internet, but it's still gonna be from your console most likely. It's the Stream Deck, yeah, basically. Starfield's planets, 10% will feature life in some way. So yeah, 90% of the planets, so 900 planets will have nothing. Maybe like some occasional like bandits or something. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But I mean, that means there's gonna be other 100 planets too. which is already a lot. So I guess like 900 will be basically just kind of like stuff. You will have some like odd quests here and there, and just go there to like mine some resource, I guess, or something. I would assume. Yeah, mostly planets littered around the gargantuan map will be good for resource collecting only. Already too much if you consider IRL, I guess, yeah. Mobile console will be direct competitor to Switch? Nah, it's not gonna be. Like, I don't know what it even competes with. It's literally just like something to stream your console. It's not gonna compete with anything. It's its own unique niche, and I don't even know if anyone asks for that niche, to be honest. So yeah, 90%, we're gonna be just farming there. We're gonna be just farming there. Yeah, land on some of those barren planets, and again, we'll generate certain things for you to find on them. So yeah, there's gonna be something there, but the planets will actually be barren. When you look at the planet, you see the resources, it has things you want. No, Buzz Aldrin quote, the magnificent desolation. I think there's a certain beauty to landing on those and feeling like I'm one of the only people or the only person to ever visit this planet. So they're gonna just drop some stuff there. But yeah, it's gonna be barren. Barren desolation. It's still a lot. 100. It's like, imagine like the map with like random and the map with the like encounters and you know, points of interest, and like Fallout like 3, 4, you know, all this kind of stuff. And just put like, you know, 100 of actually somewhat you know, somewhat interesting things, and then the rest is just like those abandoned shacks, for example, that also have the mark on the map, right? But there's like basically just like a shack with some like tin cans in it. I would assume that'll be the same way pretty much. Like, as long as the 10% that is actually alive, sorta, is interesting, that's good. Because I think like half of them probably also gonna be alive, but not as interesting anyway. Emo, we'll see though. Yeah, for all the copium enjoyers. Elder Scrolls 6 is still over 5 years away. More than 5 years away, says Phil Spencer. So that will be a while. Elder Scrolls 6 is so far out, it's hard to understand what platforms it will even be at this point. The same team that's finishing Starfield, which comes out this September, so we are talking about a game that's like 5+ years away. So that's gonna be already next console generation. Like they said, 2028, right, for next gen? So yeah, that's basically 2028 release. That's kind of weird, like how you like develop, even like when like the development cycle for games is that huge, like how you even develop like for like the next gen already. Like realistically, it will be out already on next gen. Like how will they develop for the next gen if, you know, it's that far away? Like there's no, you know, like the dev kits, there's nothing. Like what the next gen will even have. Like how much you need to upgrade stuff through, you know, the course of development even. Hey, Simeone. A game they didn't start working on, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be the same team that is working on Starfield. They probably got some like pre-production stuff on it or something, I would assume. Like some writers, some concept artists already probably going at it. But the actual work, yeah, didn't even start yet. And like 5 years, if it didn't even start yet, then 5 years is like optimistic. Like they said nowadays it's like at least like 6 years or something. Or 7. How much did they say? I don't remember. Like around like 6 years, I think, of the full AAA like timeline. Like basically the lifespan of console generation is the time to develop one AAA big game. So yeah, if they just starting, then it's gonna be like middle of next generation maybe or something. Not middle, but like a couple of years in probably. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, no rush is just kind of funny. It's kind of the same as, you know, like with Cyberpunk or something. Let's announce something, like, vaguely and casually, and then, you know, like, after, like, a decade, actually drop something. In the end, it's also gonna be a fucking shitfest. That'll be interesting. Microsoft purchased Bethesda to stop Starfield from being a PlayStation exclusive. When we acquired ZeniMax, one of the impetus for that is that Sony had done a deal for Deathloop and Ghostwire to pay Bethesda to not ship those games on Xbox. So the discussion about Starfield, when we heard that Starfield was potentially also going to end up skipping Xbox, we can't be in position as a third place console where we fall further behind on our content ownership, so we had to secure content to remain viable in the business. Good, thanks for that. Like I'm not into like the console fighting, right? I'm not like the tribalistic when it comes to platforms and stuff. I'm where the games are and what I have money for to buy, right? But at least what ends up in Microsoft's hands ends up on PC that I can play. So I appreciate that already. What ends up on PlayStation, I can't play without buying a separate plastic box for $500, and then the games for how much they cost. They're more than on Steam for sure. So I do be enjoying when Microsoft is actually getting some games on our PCs. Didn't want them to buy a cake, so we bought the whole bakery. Basically, yeah. They went ham there. They went ham there. Don't like them even being able to buy the whole company. Well, I mean, if there would be no also PlayStation exclusives, then I would be fine with that. Like that would be ideal, right? Whenever everything is available everywhere, that would be the perfect world, and I would love to be in that world. But sadly, yeah, sadly, we are not in the perfect world whatsoever. So we're getting all the exclusivity galore. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not a huge fan of getting all the stuff exclusive on different platforms and buying a whole bunch of boxes. That I don't really like. That I don't really like. Maybe, like... Well, I mean, I'd rather not do it, right? Like, I'm not super completely pressed against that. Not gonna lie. Like, it's not like I'm, you know... Like, if I had the money to spare, I wouldn't really mind getting the PlayStation, playing PlayStation exclusives and stuff, but yeah, I'd rather like have one platform, to be honest. That is my jam. The platform where you can actually play everything. That is good. That is good stuff. So we'll see, Starfield crashing with no mods. The console versions usually are kind of more stable. Used to be. We'll see, because like back in the day, I remember in general, like the console versions, like why my friend always was like he kind of got into PC gaming later, right? He was a console player initially, and we got him into PC. Got him to PC basically. He's still kind of like more of a console player, really. Well, because his PC is old now, so like PlayStation 5 is totally better platform currently for him. But yeah, he's like one of his constant like arguments in favor of consoles was like, you know, I just plug the disc, press start, and it all plays. Like no patching, no internet connection back then, right? Like just plug the disc, press the button, and you play the game. Like no issues, no crashes, no lags, no problems, no patching, downloading, no connection whatsoever. You didn't have internet back then too. But sadly, those times already passed. Those times sadly already passed. So we don't really have that situation when we can, you know, just like press the button and with no internet connection, it just works. That's rare now. But that is rare now. A longer stream today? I mean, I didn't really plan to. Didn't really plan to. I kinda want to go grab some food. Kinda want to go grab some food. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, we're done with the news. Wasn't really that much going on. Wasn't really that much going on there. But yeah, nowadays consoles are not as convenient already anymore, so you still can have some like kind of shitty version, right, that will run like Garbo and everything, and bunch of other issues. So having mods and patches and ability to like, you know, just edit any file and stuff is kind of good to have, So I would rather stick to everything with PC. Yeah, Microsoft at least provides us with that, and Game Pass too, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm kind of like not against PlayStation per se or something. If there'll be like decent enough amount of good exclusives, well, I'm probably gonna get it myself at some point when I have money to spare. And play some of those exclusives too. Yeah, no, why not? That would be very nice. Alright. Let's see. Whoop. It's already Sunday today. So tomorrow, next fest gonna be the last day, but it's gonna be like pretty much for my stream. It's gonna be the whole day because it's gonna be over in the evening EU time. So we gonna have the whole day of next fest tomorrow. So a bunch of demos for tomorrow still. Then RPG Monday will be returning after that. And the Tuesday, I think. Well, actually, oh yeah, Brotato, I need to play actually the full release. I'm gonna check that one out. We'll see when exactly. And one thing I really need to do next week. Oh, the Hukes. One thing I really need to do. I don't have this. The announcement thing is here. Come on, man. Yeah, they got the new kind of like story mode, sorta. Well, actually, it's not story really. It doesn't seem like the conquest mode. Like, it's not exactly the story campaign or something. But yeah, basically, they got like some mode now that is sort of like, you know, like the playthrough. Creates the playthrough experience. So I'm gonna revisit the conquest update. See how that goes. See what they did get in there for us to play. So that's gonna be next week for sure. We'll see which day. So Brotato I plan next week when the demos are done. Like, so past Monday. So like Tuesday and later. Some Brotato, some Dune Spice Wars, and we'll see. It is still kind of calm from starting with the Summer Game Fest. Everything is already more or less kind of calm. But now the news are gonna be chill, especially summer. So yeah, no, probably not gonna be a lot of stuff going on. Probably not a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, that is all in terms of news. What else was there? I wanted to play? Nice, the game's nice. The Giga discounts. That is good. That is good. So yeah, there's a few demos still I want to play. If there'll be some demos left, maybe like on Tuesday or something, I will do a little bit more cleanup for the demos that will be still available. I could. We'll see. Or we will see. There's still a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't played. But I did play a bunch already too. So that is at least good. The gourd today was nice. Very nice. We'll see how it's gonna be when it's out. That will be an interesting one to check. Alright, yeah, gonna install stuff off, sure. This stream or tomorrow morning, probably. Gonna install some of that. Yeah, June 26th. It's gonna be over at 10 AM too, I wonder. Broken Rose was probably a favorite. Probably not favorite. Like, it was good. My favorite actually was the last one I played, the furry one. The furry prison break. That one was kind of nice. I like that one. Like, that's the game I would love to play, actually. Very nice, very nice. And the game this music is from, well, if you play Unreal Tournament, then it is. Because, yeah, it is Unreal Tournament. The one and only, the original one. The original one. Oh man, getting warm again. The sun. Always the sun. Like it's like also plus 20 today or something. Not 23. Alright, not too bad. Cobra the Fury, of course. Of course. Ooh. You didn't know. You didn't know still. Alright, so let's call it a day then. Let's call it a day then. News are over and everything. The Shadow Gambit, I see, I see. I see. So I'm gonna go grab some food and all, chill a bit. So yeah, tomorrow we still demoing. And tomorrow we still demoing. I see CB's live, right? Let's get Mr. CB already there. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow 8:30 am CEST. As always, we're gonna be doing some demos. We're gonna do some more demos tomorrow. So feel free to join. Gonna be all day of demos basically. Nothing else. Just the demos. Well, and some coffee, of course, too. A little bit of a coffee and gaming news break. But other than that, demos. That's the plan for tomorrow. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I have something that I really wanted to do. Oh yeah, the one that you mentioned, the Fortunes run, right? Like that one I'm gonna try to get. Not try, we'll get it and play that one, and we'll see some more stuff too. I already have some installed and some I gotta install. And that we're gonna do tomorrow. But yeah, for now, I am out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the support, subs, resubs, followers, donos. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. See you all tomorrow. Love you all. Bye-bye.